give this song for Farina to sing. This would be perfect for her. This is what she should be singing tonight on Idol. It is the Ron and Fez Show, 866-277-4969. Fez has got the Jimmy leg going, and he's teaching us all we need to know about that last episode of The Sopranos.
Yes, where it's like, for no reason, a little imagination, daydream sequence, I guess would be the best way to put it.
Yeah.
It just pops in as Adriana's on her way to being whacked.
It's always confusing. Hey, Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Yeah.
I just thought of this while I was on the phone here waiting. I don't want to throw a spoiler out, but it was very much like a scene in the movie 25th Hour, Spike Lee film with Ed Norton.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
That was the first thing that came to mind when I saw the whole Adriana thing.
Right. Well, Adriana is gone. There's no doubt about it. She's on the Joey Show.
Yep.
You know, so I don't know what's going to happen. And they're only going to do a couple episodes after this, so it's not really like her character needs to be saved. And really, even if they did, you know, start doing movies like this, like they talk about, it would probably be more interesting now for Christopher to have a single life and, you know, bring in a different crazy Bim all the time.
Yeah, make Christopher a little bit even more of a mad dog.
Yeah, because you know what? When Christopher starts yelling and getting mad, I'm not all that scared.
Right. When he was yelling in the apartment after he lost half the cigarette thing to Paulie Walnut.
Yeah.
You know, it was very odd because he was like talking to Tony, like Tony was up in the balcony or something.
Yeah, he was supposed to be loaded. He was so high, he was talking to the imaginary Tony.
And it just, in that scene, it just kind of seemed like, I caught you acting.
Anyone who's 110 pounds is not going to be a scary gangster. It's not going to happen to you, other than Joe Pesci.
I was trying to think about this. What would be the definitive episode of The Sopranos? If someone hadn't seen The Sopranos and you were going to show them the definitive episode
of The Sopranos, it would be the first episode. The first episode was like a brilliant movie. After that, they just, from that point on, you know, are just trying to keep that story going. But the first episode actually had a beginning, middle, and end. You never saw that story of the guy who's a gangster, seeing a therapist, having problems. There was the stuff like with the ducks. That was the perfect metaphor for his kids. It was literally like watching a great movie. From that point on, it doesn't matter whether you ever see another Sopranos.
It shows the troubles with both families.
Yeah, but the point is like, from that point on, you had like a great movie, and now it's like almost like seeing MASH, and then it's the MASH TV show where you go, let's try to keep this thing rolling.
With MASH, I would say the definitive episode of MASH is the one with Adam's ribs. I think that is the first episode I think of when I think of MASH.
I don't even know what Adam's ribs is.
Hawkeye couldn't get home, and he had a craving for ribs from Chicago.
Oh, really?
And they spent the entire episode trying to get these ribs into Chicago.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
And then, of course, as soon as he got them, we've got choppers.
Yeah.
So it was just...
You can't eat ribs and operate for whatever reason.
You're never going to feel comfortable at the 4077.
Now, you say that's the definitive because it was the all-time best? Is that your point?
Yeah, I think, the definitive episode, because that is the one you would think of when you think of MASH.
Fezzi knows more about TV than any other human being alive. I wish it wasn't true. I wish you didn't spend 20 hours a day watching television. But you can give us the definitive episode of any TV show.
Sure. Any show I've watched, like Gilligan's Island, that's easy.
Yeah.
Radioactive vegetables.
That just wrapped it up for you. That's the peak. Can't go any higher.
Yeah, that is the one where Gilligan got strength from eating the spinach, and Mary Ann got the eyesight from eating the carrots.
Yeah, that was a great episode. But why is that definitive? It's just the funniest that you can imagine?
It's the best one they did. It's the one that if you watched all the episodes, you're going to remember that one. It's the one that gets stuck in your memory bank.
Just sticks out for you. All right, Mary Tyler Moore.
Chuckles, the clown's funeral.
All right, that one I will disagree with. I know everybody says Chuckles, the clown's funeral. For me, Ted Baxter, School of Broadcasting. Flat out funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
That was Mary Richards, our Dean of Girls. Let's see.
Wait, hold on. Here, Duke, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Yeah.
Hey, I was going to suggest my favorite episode, or a little bit definitive of the whole series if no one had seen it, and that would be, I think it was season 3 or 4 when Dr. Malfi was raped. And it gets at the end of the episode, and Tony's sitting in the office with her, and she's sitting there, and he kind of says, you know, is there something wrong? And she kind of pauses, and you think she's going to tell him.
Yeah. To me, that was a wasted episode, and it was a cheap shot. It's some of the things that happened whenever you take it off of Tony and make it about Dr. Melfi. It always bugs me when all these fringe things happen to Tony, like just accidents. Well, you know, I mean, the whole point of the show was before is his actions create consequences. But now there's all these other weird things going on. A girl tries to make some egg beaters, and she catches on fire. So it's just stupid. All right, 866-277-4969. Stump the Fez here. He says he has a definitive episode for every TV show that ever happened. Seinfeld for you, Fez.
Seinfeld, astronaut pen.
That's a good one.
I think that's the definitive episode.
For me, I was going to pick the spit. Remember the thing, who spit? And
Keith Hernandez?
Yeah, Keith Hernandez, and it was all lined up like a JFK deal. To me, that was a definitive, although that astronaut pen is a very damn funny one.
Yeah, and how a show about nothing really could be about nothing. It was about a damn pen.
Yeah. But you know what? Older people do that exact thing to you. They actually do bore-ash you about something and then bring it up. Hey, JJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fez, I got a tough one for you. Batman.
Batman, the TV show.
Yep.
Batman, the TV show, the definitive episode there was the Joker doing the Zodiac crimes.
For me, the definitive episode is when Catwoman fell.
Oh.
That's the one that completely freaked me out as a kid.
She wouldn't give up the treasure or whatever.
Mike, you're on with Fez.
Ask about what do you think the definitive episode of South Park is? Definitive
episode of South Park, Fez.
The definitive episode of South Park was when they first had Big Gay Al, and Stan's dog was gay.
And that worked. All your things seem like they're tied in with gay, and I don't understand it. It's starting to drive me crazy a little bit. Hey, Matt, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, buddies.
Hey,
Fez, what about All in the Family?
That's real easy. Sammy Davis Jr. kissing Archie.
Yeah, for some reason that was just gigantic. No one knows why. And again, here's what bugs me about that. Sammy Davis Jr. happens to be in your house. Supposedly, it's just a little guy in Queens. He's just a small guy. But then before you know it, just like Lucy, stars are coming through his house.
Oh, Lucy. That's easy.
Yeah.
The Chocolate Factory. The conveyor belt.
You picked the Chocolate Factory over when she was stomping grapes with her feet?
Yeah. The trip to Italy. Yeah, I still put it above it.
Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how the heck are you?
What do you say, buddy?
Hey, how about What's Happening?
What's Happening? When they were betting on football and got in trouble.
No way. The Doobie Brothers episode.
I got to go with them. I'm going to go Doobie Brothers.
Very close second.
When he got caught trying to bootleg tapes.
Trying to bootleg the tape. Which Doobie you be?
And then remember this, too? He's at a concert. He drops this tiny tape recorder. The Doobie Brothers see it and actually stop playing.
Yeah,
as if this one stupid tape could stop a big touring band. The one that you were talking about, the football betting, was great because they found out that his system was just coolest helmet. That's all the betting system was.
And they mentioned the Buccaneers in it.
Well, who wouldn't, Fez? They're unbelievable. Congratulations 2 years ago.
I'm sorry, Ronnie, but I have gotten 2 notes now that I need to scream this out loud on the air and try not to cause a panic. Flash flood warning has been issued for Montgomery County. That is in effect until 11:33 tonight.
Okay, so keep an eye on that.
Be careful.
If you're in Montgomery County. Here is Patrick. Patrick, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Gentlemen, how you guys doing tonight?
We are cool in the gang. Giving out an iPod a little later on tonight, probably in less than a half an hour.
Fez, I'm telling you, I got you, man. Quantum Leap.
Quantum Leap, fine show, Fez.
Quantum Leap, the one where he went back and tried to stop JFK's assassination.
No way. I'm telling you, when he gets swished and he ends up back home. and then he decides to go back there.
Yeah, that's the very final one?
Yes.
Yeah. That's the final episode.
That would be really easy to do, the last smash.
Right, I understand, Fez. You're not.
Goodbye, farewell, and amen.
I know. You're not going to go in that direction. You want to show the real definitive episode when they just hit the high water mark. That's what you're after. This is Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, what is Sanford and Son?
Sanford and Son, all-time favorite, Fez.
Sanford and Son, that is when Aunt Esther brought her church group over, and they were going to save Fred.
Yeah, you can't beat that. Anything with Aunt Esther peaked for that show.
And they wanted to use Fred's house for a Bible meeting.
Now, my own personal favorite, and I know this is different than other people's, is when Fred left and Grady took over. And by the way, if I had a nickname for Grady, it would be Ben. And I'll just leave it at that, and only 2 people will get it, but that's fine for me.
Grady could make anything sound so relaxing. I'm just going to watch a little television. And it just sounds like he's on vacation.
Yeah, he's having the greatest time. He sees a sandwich. Nothing could be better for him. All right, Jenny Q wants to know facts of life, Fezzy. What's the definitive episode?
Facts of life when Natalie lost her virginity.
Yeah. For me, it was when Tootie wanted to go to that concert and freaked out that they let her go.
What, was that Janet Jackson?
I think it might have been Janet Jackson, but I'm not positive. Because I remember thinking, this person isn't even big enough for you to be going off. This is before Rhythm Nation.
Yeah, it might have been the El DeBarge concert or something.
All right, 7-minute delay wants to know what was the Definitive Threes company?
The Definitive Threes company... that was the one that, you know what? That was the first one. Yeah. That was the absolute first episode.
So that was they had a Sopranos thing about him, right?
Yeah, when Jack was found in the bathtub and got to stay.
Now, do you feel bad knowing this much about this?
No, I feel quite superior.
All right, Wendell from the other room wants to know WKRP. That's a gimme, right?
Yeah, that's the turkeys.
Everybody says the turkey. Mine is the record guy bringing in cocaine that ended up on the boss's foot. And I got a monkey on my foot. I closed it out for me.
I thought you were going to say the Who episode. The very serious, very special Who episode.
I would put that in Jump the Shark category. Len, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, darling?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Cool.
Love the show. Green Acres, please.
Green Acres, Fezzy, the Definitive Green Acres.
The Definitive Green Acres is, let's see, they just had a marathon this past weekend on TV Land, 48 hours worth. The Definitive Green Acres.
You're stalling. I see you stalling.
This one is hard because they all run together. That was when the Douglases had to watch Arnold, and the pig moved in.
And all hell broke loose for the Douglases.
And it was as nutty as it could possibly be.
You don't feel like you've wasted an entire life?
No, gathering this kind of knowledge?
Just sitting there in front of a TV screen like a maroon? Let me give you another one, Fez. Beverly Hillbillies.
Beverly Hillbillies, Granny versus the kangaroo that she thought was a jackrabbit.
I'm more of a Jethro fan, so I'll either go Double Knot Spy.
That's a good one.
Or when he was a big-time movie producer, which I'll sit and cry at those.
And they bought Mammoth Studios.
Yeah. Mammoth Studios.
And Granny had to play Cleopatra.
Let me go to Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Gentlemen.
Hey, buddy.
All right, Fezzy. McHale's Navy.
McHale's Navy, Fez.
Boy, I really didn't watch McHale's Navy.
I win.
You stumped them. We're going to send you to the big-ass prize closet. What's your problem with McHale's Navy? Terrific show. Anything with Binghamton also cracked me up. And that little Wonder Boy kiss-up that used to be with him all the time.
McHale's Navy just was never on in reruns that much. I mean, I remember it when I was a little kid. But I never remember it like being on regular, like after school or anything.
Well, black and white, that always freaks people out. They can't keep a lot of the black and white things out there for whatever reason. Kids won't watch them. Jackie, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, Fez, I got to disagree with Seinfeld. It has to be the Master of My Domain
Master My Domain was pretty strong episode, too.
That is a good one. That's true.
But I'll still probably pick Fez's over yours. Although yours, Jackie, might be what most people would say the definitive. This would make a nice book, Fezzy. I know you've always wanted to write one of those bathroom books, and you could just pick every show. And instead of doing the jump the shark thing, you're a little more positive. You show... All right, I got one for you. What was the definitive Mr. Rhodes?
The definitive Mr. Rhodes, when the fat kid needed a date for the prom, and Mr. Rhodes was going to teach him how to be cool.
Just perfect.
The fat kid who played the goalie in Mighty Ducks.
Yeah. People writing in Soup Nazi was the definitive Seinfeld. See, Seinfeld is one of those shows that people have a lot of strong feelings to. Here's Brett. Brett, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, stick with the misters. How about Mr. Belvedere?
Mr. Belvedere, Fez.
Mr. Belvedere, that one was when... What's it? Mr. Belvedere, that was when the little kid, Wesley, when he needed help from Mr. Belvedere to impress a girl.
And you like when people need help to impress girls.
Yeah.
That's one of your favorite episodes every single time. All right, I'm going to give you this one, Fez. Flintstones.
Flintstones?
Perhaps the greatest... Yes, meet the Flintstones. Stop trying to backpedal on me.
Flintstones is when Barney Fred had to pull all the antennas down in bedrock to keep from being seen on peekaboo camera.
All right, you couldn't be more wrong on this one. I'm going to go with the way outs. The way outs are coming. The way outs are coming. Let me go to BJ. BJ, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, BJ.
Hey, before I ask the show, first I got to say the Seinfeld one has to be the Kenny Rogers one when Kramer screaming out of his window.
I thought that was just awful. First of all, there wouldn't even be a Kenny Rogers on the Upper West Side. Just too much good food.
When Jerry, the rat hat, started falling apart inside the Kenny Rogers, that's what grossed me out.
I mean, it was just so late. That to me is like far after. Okay, what happened to the witty show we once loved?
And Jerry turned into Kramer.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense.
The show I was going to ask about is Good Times.
Good Times, Fezzy.
Good Times, that one was when... Wow, there's a tie there, because JJ getting shot is great, and when James died. I'm going to go with when James died.
Wow.
Damn.
Speaking of which, I think we got Black Earl on. Earl, how you doing, buddy?
Buddies.
Hey, my buddy.
Hello, my buddy.
You miss your body, Fez?
I miss my buddies very much.
I couldn't get him out of the car at the train station. At Union Station.
It's like leaving family, buddies.
I know, but there's traffic behind me.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, I got a good one for you.
All right, go ahead.
Definitive Miami Vice.
Definitive Miami Vice was the Bruce Willis one. He was so scary. He was so damn scary. What was it for you, Earl?
The pilot, the 2-hour movie.
Yeah, the 2-hour movie, yeah, okay. But that Bruce Willis is the wife beater, scared the hell out of me. And then 5 minutes later, all of a sudden, he's the happy comedian on another show. Because I think he did that right before Moonlighting.
Yeah, that role got him the part.
Is that right?
Yeah, they saw him on that and he went, oh my God, who's this psycho?
Why do you know so much about Miami Vice?
I will confess, I absolutely adored that show.
Is that right?
Philip Michael Douglas on the phone.
I was one of the 3 people that saw it at the end.
Yeah, you held on long after it frayed apart and they started putting Phil Collins on. Phil Collins and Glenn Frey doing roles.
Willie Nelson did one?
Yeah, everybody who had a half a hit record suddenly was welcome on this show.
Well, they shot the second season, the 2-hour premiere, when he went back to New York. They shot it in my neighborhood.
Well, you know, here's a kind of an interesting thing. I don't know if a lot of people know this about Miami and South Beach. That place was dead when Miami Vice went on the air. Miami Beach was just not happening at all. And they started, like, painting it up a little bit to get things going. People loved that show so much, they started to move on the South Beach. and everything started to take off from there. So they really owe Don Johnson some money now that he's down. It wouldn't have hurt the city of Miami to go, hey, bro, thank you very much. Suddenly now condos are going for $7 million because you did it used to be the old Jewish people living on South Beach. All right, thanks a lot, Earl. We'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, buddy.
All right, let's give away these tickets. 866-277-4969. No, what? Let's not even do the tickets. Let's give out the iPod now.
It's the Apple iPod from AOL for broadband. AOL for broadband, you can add it for your basic high-speed connection, and you'll get access to tons of cool exclusive stuff, all in one place and all on demand.
Let's do this in honor of Sammy Sosa. He had the terrible sneeze that made him throw out his back, Fez. Most embarrassing injury. Most embarrassing injury that you ever did. If we like yours the best, 866-277-4969. We'll give you the iPod. Let yourself enjoy yourself like you're living in a new millennium. Live like me and Fez in a brand new millennium. For me, Fez, it's like I'm in the Jetsons. What's your definitive Jetsons of all time?
When Judy Jetson was with the space rocker.
Yeah.
I can't think of what his name is now.
Yeah. Mine is when they went to that robot football game. I got the biggest kick out of that. And I just was thinking, I hope I live long enough to see robot football.
Now, this is another fact I'm going to throw out there that I think I saw on the Internet.
Enjoy yourself, Internet boy.
The Jetsons. Do you know what year that's supposed to take place in?
No, I'm going to guess 3017.
2002.
That's a lie.
Is when the Jetsons was supposed to take place.
Now I'm really furious. I'm furious that I'm up to my armpits in cicadas instead of working for Cogswell Cogs. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back and give out the iPod in honor of Sammy Sosa, the man who ended up on the DL because he had a rough sneeze. What is your most embarrassing injury? We'll be right back. Ron and Fez Show.
106.7.
Ron and Fez here for Cox Digital Cable. More than 250 channels of the latest home entertainment.
We're sitting around talking about the best TV shows, the definitive TV shows. Fez, you have Cox Cable. How many channels do you have?
Oh, man, I got 250 plus.
250 plus. So you wonder why Fez is able to watch great shows at any time of the day or night. And I don't care when you're calling. The guy's on TV land. You want to have, like... you want to be sitting there as some kind of a TV historian at yourself.
You know, what was nice is, I had some of the guys over Sunday night, and you turn on The Sopranos, you got Deadwood afterwards. You want the whole package from Cox Digital Cable.
You sure do, Fezzy.
Plus free local channels, no equipment to buy, and their new DVR digital video recorder allows you to record, pause, rewind, and replay live TV. Plus, they got the Cox high-speed internet, where they have download speeds of up to 100 times faster than dial-up and 2 times faster than DSL. So give them a call today to order 703-480-6244, or you can visit them online at cox.com/Fairfax. Cox Digital Cable.